What is going on, everybody? DJ Mines here. Okay, so look, we are going to be talking about ALEO today. I've been running the AE0, the Iceriver AE0 for over a week now, and I just want to talk about, is it still profitable? Does anything seem alarming at the moment? How's the machine working? Is it still profitable? Is it a good buy? Crypto Miner Bros, your one-stop shop for every ASIC company that you could ever want. Gold Shell, Bulk Miner, AlphaPex, Iceriver, Cannon, Bitmain, Flu Miner, IBLink, and many more. I've been using Crypto Miner Bros for over 2 years now, and they have some of the best selection and prices that I've seen of any other website. Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Caspa, ALEO, full-size ASICs, at-home ASICs. Make sure to use code DJ Mines to support the channel, but ultimately to save you $70 on most ASIC prices from Crypto Miner Bros. And let's get back to the video. Okay, so been running over 3 days here. I actually ended up having to reset it. I was having issues, and it's actually not because of the Iceriver AE0. It's because I had it plugged into a meter box, and for whatever reason, that was making it turn off like once a day. So it claims on the Iceriver UI, I'm getting 71 mega hash on average. The 1.5 minute is 74. So yeah, you would think like, oh, that's pretty amazing. And things have been good. It definitely runs pretty warm, but actually it's saying only 49C. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it just feels hotter to the touch. As far as the hash rate, let's talk about it. So the only thing I see over 1 terahash is on mining pool stats. That's because 23% is unknown. So if you're looking for like a concrete number over here, I am seeing the hash rate is about 805 gigahash. So yeah, nothing too crazy. That's on what to mine. Now, the only chart I found was on hashrate.no. So if you know somewhere better, please definitely let me know. But actually the hash rate has not gone up that much, surprisingly. As you can see, I mean, before all these ASICs were getting sent out, we're at 220, 240, we're going to 300 in March, and then now we're at 754. So actually, I take that back. It did definitely go up a good bit. But you know, if you look back in September, it was over 700 gigahash. So we're pretty much back to where we were back in September. So when GPUs were around, it was certainly in that number. So is the hash rate out of control at the moment? I would say no, because when ALEO was super profitable for GPUs, the hash rate was actually higher than it is even with the gold shells, even with all the Icerivers. Now, those have been shipping out. To be fair, a lot of those might not be online. So even with the AE1, and there's another one from Iceriver we'll look at in a minute. I forget the exact name, but that's like a 3,000 watt machine. The hash rate at the moment is not out of control. The biggest elephant in the room, though, is like, okay, is the price going to go up? And then also, is Bitmain's machines coming? I don't know. Are they? Will Bitmain come just like they always do and just shit on everything else? At the moment, they have not. I would not be surprised, though, if we did see that big boy ASIC, you know, from Bitmain. They always seem to do that. Gold shells first to market. You know, you get it. A lot of the times you don't make your money back. Probably most of the time you don't make your money back. Iceriver comes out with a much more efficient, cheaper product. And usually by now we've already seen the announcement from Bitmain. So will we get lucky with these machines? Will this finally be the one algorithm where Bitmain does not actually announce something? I would be shocked if that was the case. But however, we have not seen it, which is really surprising. So looking at the price of Bitcoin, 95,000. So we're not going to hold the price of ALEO too much down, you know, because Bitcoin isn't doing great, because the markets aren't doing great. It's holding okay. You know, in the last 7 days, you're down 1%. And the last month, you're actually up 30%. So you might be thinking it's pretty incredible. When you look at the all-time, oh, that's really bad. That's really bad. However, when we look at the 1 year, it's still really bad, down 93%. But, you know, if you're getting this machine now and you're just starting off, you're not really worried about what it used to be as much. You're just kind of in the present. So in the present, you are up about 30%. It really depends on when you got the machine. And hopefully going forward, we see some price appreciation. It is on Coinbase. You know, it's on some really big exchanges here. So that is something positive to say about this. Now, looking on the pool side, I'm just going to refresh one more time. The last 24 hours, I'm at 60 mega hash, and that's what it was advertised as. I see this sometimes go to 70. And the one thing you'll see here, if you look at like the 1 day, the hash rate's all over the place. I started mining with this 424 pretty much. So yeah, a little over a week and everything. So not exactly 7 days, but certainly the hash rate be all over the place. And I've heard that's because it does a lot of different algorithms, not like Kapow, but kind of like Kapow in the sense that it's always switching algos. That's my understanding of it. I could be completely wrong on that, but that's why you'll see the hash rate go up and down and up and down. It moves around a lot, so it's not going to be consistent like you might be thinking. But overall, we have made 283 ALEO, and when I look that up right here, you probably can't see it, that's $66. So pretty good, man. This thing's pretty solid at the moment. We'll talk about the risk in a moment. Looking at mining now at 10 cents, really won't matter too much on your electric rate because this machine is only using 100 watts. Yeah, even at 10 cents, you're using only 24 cents of electric, and that's making still $5.64, which is pretty incredible so far, right? And if you look at something crazy like mine, I have 23 cents, still making $5.33. So again, the amazing thing about this machine is it's only 100 watts, and if you compare it to like the KS0 or something, I know a lot of people got burned on those that didn't get like first or second batch. Certainly let me know your experience with Caspa if you did not buy first or second batch. I'm sure it was a really negative experience with like the KS0 Ultras and all these other things. The difference between like Caspa is every single month you're getting a 5% reduction in your yield, which doesn't look like that's going to happen at all with ALEO, which is really nice. So I know even with crazy electric, I'm still going to be running this, 6 months from now, potentially a year from now or 2 from now. We'll see on that. It might be jumping the gun a little bit. Even at 23 cents, only burning 55 cents in power. And if you had something more reasonable, you're burning like a quarter a day. If this thing only makes 50 cents a dollar long term, still pretty good machine if you're mining already and yielding a lot. So we'll see what the long-term effects of that are, but pretty solid at the moment. And just ALEO in general at the moment, I like to say at the moment because I don't know what's going to happen a few months from now or even a month from now. I mean, the AE1 Lite making 27 bucks still, even at 23 cents a kilowatt, only $2.76 in electric. And for me, that's the coolest part. The best part is it just doesn't use a lot of wattage. And if this was a 3,000 watt miner, definitely I think the risk would be a lot scarier. Obviously that costs almost $3,000. Oddly enough, I've actually had more people order from Iceriver using code DJ Mines than anywhere else, which I've heard good and bad things, mostly bad to be honest. The tariffs are actually more outrageous. So you'll see the price, we'll look at it in just a moment, at like $800, and then people are telling me they're spending $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 because of the tariffs. If you're using something like Crypto Miner Bros, maybe, I don't know what they're doing, but it seems like it's getting in a lot cheaper to the country. We'll just say that. So use that at your own risk, however you want to look at that. Looking at the price, right? Crypto Miner Bros, just looking at ALEO in general. Certainly these machines are expensive. The AE0 here is $1,100 with code DJ Mines. It's about $70 off, so a little over $1,000, and it should include tariffs. Again, right? Risky. You never know. You never know what's going on here. Let me know if you've ordered this and if you had to pay tariffs. And I've heard mixed things. I know a lot of people in Canada have been paying tariffs, not from Crypto Miner Bros specifically, but just in general, right? It's a little bit risky there, so not really sure what's going to go on. And if we look at, again, Iceriver, every single person that I've spoken to, it sees the $800 mark and they're like, yeah, that's way cheaper than like these other websites, but then they get hit with that tariff and ends up being even more expensive than Crypto Miner Bros. So that's rough, man. It also comes with the PSU for 20 bucks. I don't know how much that affects anything. I did not actually get any of the PSUs, so I'm not really sure how good they are from Iceriver this batch or anything, but just keep that in mind. And then recently I found out that Helium Deploy sold AE0s and AE box. I did not know this was a thing at all. So yeah, they do have that. My code also works there. Not sure how much it saves you. Bottom line, guys, what I'm thinking for ALEO, if you got one of the gold shells really early, I think you probably are doing pretty good. If you got one of these Icerivers so far, you're doing really well. Long-term effects, it all depends on the Bitmain. Is it going to be the Bitmain effect? I'm not sure, because are they waiting for Bitcoin to hit 100,000? What if Bitcoin doesn't hit 100,000 for a couple more weeks or a month or 2 months or something like that? And they don't even drop it until then. Or what if Bitmain just simply does not drop it? There's a lot of risk reward, right? If this is it, man, and Bitmain doesn't do anything further and this is as high as the hash rate gets, that would be incredible. That would be incredible. But definitely, you have to decide, is that $800, $1,000 bet worth it for you? But definitely seeing a difference, certainly with the Aletheia miners, it was a totally different situation. So same with the Caspa miners, right? Like as soon as the Icerivers got announced, I think maybe even Bitmain announced before Iceriver, I can't remember. Or sometimes it's even the same day for a lot of these algorithms. I'm wondering why Bitmain has not announced it. They're probably just waiting for that perfect time. And we just might end up getting lucky. So I'm going to keep running this. Even if Bitmain announces, it doesn't matter matter to me, man. 100 watts, you know, even the big boy, the AE1 is 500 watts. Certainly going to keep these going. And yeah, I'm still holding all the coins at the moment. I just kind of been waiting for like a little price appreciation, a little bit of a pump. And I do definitely want to swap out some of that ALEO for either USDT or Bitcoin or something else. So let me know if you have one of these machines. If you made it to the end of the video, put in hashtag scissors. That's starts with an S if you didn't know that, SC. So hashtag scissors. I love every single one of you, man. Let me know if you want to hear any type of video in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. DJ Minds signing out.